HutHut, let's party.
All right. So, like brothers, like family, obviously our brides talk frequently. I'm headed that way this weekend because you've been on my butt about getting down there. So I can't wait to see you. A little tacos and tequila without the tequila for this old boy these days.
I had that for you. Don't worry about it.
How's it going, man?
Going good, man. Entering the 11th season. Body feeling good. Getting back to football shape. So really can't complain about nothing.
Getting back to football shape is week 10.
I was hurt first couple of weeks, man. Still trying to, get back into that groove, man. You know how it is.
No question. People don't realize, man, that how hard we work to get our bodies right all off season, and then one little nagging injury shuts you down for 3 weeks, and it's like you got to start all over again.
Right. Feel like it took forever, man.
Yeah. What about Art? How's my dog doing after losing to the Titans? I know that one hurt him more than any of them. He won't admit it to outside, but you know it does. You did.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I ain't even talked to him after that. I know it probably hurt. I know he wanted to win. I mean, of course, we all want to win every game, but can't win them all, man. It's a long season.
Just like you go play Minnesota, he plays Tennessee. No matter what, when you play a team that you've been at before, and all of us say the right things to the media, it's just another game. But man, that stuff means more. It just does. It is there's nothing you can do about it.
Of course, man. I be trying to tell people all the time, man. Like when you go up against your former team, man, you're just trying to do anything you can to lock in for that whole week, so you can go out and just have a great game. And most important, get the win against your former team. Every time I play Minnesota, man, I be trying to go out there and be Superman.
There's no question. No question. So down here in Vol country, they they set the world on fire last year. They held a number one ranking for about 3 minutes because Georgia was coming to town the week that the poor guys, they couldn't catch Kentucky when they were number one. They had to catch Georgia. But either way, Heupel's got it back, man. He's throwing it around. A lot of fun. I went over to a game a couple weeks ago. It's bananas over there right now. So give me something about Vol football, man. What was your favorite part about this town when you were here? Everybody in this town loves the Vols, as you know.
Oh, yeah, man. Just honestly, man, it started when I was in junior college, man. Just the way Tennessee recruited me. I felt like they was out every week. Someone was out there just checking up on me, and like they never gave up on the kid. Coming from Rock Hill, and I never wanted to like go to South Carolina. It's way too close to home. But Tennessee reached out when I was in JUCO. It was really like my first offer, and I didn't. I mean, it was a no brainer for me, to go there. And the whole town is a football town, and they love the Big Orange there, man. And get to be a part of that. For the time I was there, it was special. And I always say, man, I still got like a year eligibility. I need to go back and play one more season.
Yeah, that's what I tell you all the time. Like, man, I should have got my butt out of Knoxville. It was too close to home,
Right.
But grew up wanting to play for Tennessee my whole life. My dad played over there, so it was obviously natural for me to go there. But there's a lot to that, man. There's a lot to getting out of your hometown and kind of going and being on your own in that atmosphere, learn how to be a young man, especially once the NFL transition happens for the ones that are blessed enough to do that. But so 11 years, Minnesota, I'll never forget. You come to Oakland. Obviously, we won't go to the past of Minnesota and why a guy with Hall of Fame return numbers is ever leaving, early in his career. We won't go down that rabbit hole. We'll just talk about you coming to Oakland, and they're like, man, Lee, we got this cat coming in. He's got a personality. We're going to put his ass beside your locker. You got to help take care of him. I'm like, oh, man, here we go again. My dog is the best. And like I said, we won't talk about Minnesota, but my dog is the best. We've been family ever since. It's great. Talk about that a little bit, man. Just how and I don't want to get all into the weeds and use people's names and things, but how dudes can just fall out of favor, or a coach might not like a personality, and just the goofiness that goes on behind the scenes with players and coaches and times that like you just end up kind of needing a fresh start. Is that kind of what it was when you came out to Oakland?
Oh, most definitely, man. It's just like you said, I was in Minnesota and I gave my all to Minnesota for 4 years. I did everything and anything I could, to help that team win. And my role, it went up, it went down, but I never complained about that. I was always a guy. I always had my head above the water because God put you in this situation for a reason. You can't question God. So my time in Minnesota was a blessing. I wouldn't change for anything. And going to Oakland, after those 4 years in Minnesota, meeting people like you, man, meeting your family. So it's just like, people say the grass ain't always green on the other side, but you got to think like I get to meet more people. My family get to meet their family. It's just like we've been tight ever since then. So it's like, what if I never went to Oakland? I would never met you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's always a blessing from the things we go through in life, even though we don't want the change to happen. Sometimes change happens, and I'm blessed and honored, to be able to call you a brother for life.
My dog, man, give it knock. Well, no, going back to the crazy days, but so it's funny. I'll never forget when you came to Oakland, and obviously the equipment guys came and said, "Hey, man, we're putting CP beside you." I said, "All right, cool." I called Harrison immediately. I'm like, "Bro, tell me about CP. What's the deal?" And Harrison's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Well, once again, all the dude does is make plays. How does a guy like that get out of the building in this kind of fashion?" And he's like, "Man," he said a few things that I won't repeat on this podcast. Like I said, we're going to protect some names out there. I won't jump off the top rope just yet. But he's like, "Man, he is the best teammate ever. You're going to love him." So that came from my dog Harry, and that goes to what you were saying, man. Is like I cherish playing for different organizations and different teams. That's like a guy like Harrison Smith. There's a high likelihood he'll retire a Viking, and that's awesome. And it's so cool to play for one team for well over a decade. But man, it's also cool going to new locker rooms and meeting new guys and building relationships with equipment guys and trainers and coaches and your favorite restaurants that you and your wife got to try to find in your new city. And just it was so much fun for me, man. Even that last year in Atlanta, even though it was whirlwind and I knew I was done after, it's so cool. I tell guys all the time, man, having another NFL experience is so much fun. Do you agree with that? Obviously, being on a few different teams.
Honestly, man, when you get drafted by a team, that young, you're thinking you're gonna be there forever, man. But a lot of coaching changing, and people just got different view as they see you when they come in. So honestly, man, I'm happy. I've been a part of 5 organizations, man, and who knows what's gonna happen after this, man. If I have to leave Atlanta, it is what it is at this point. I've been around the world, so I'm used to it, and whatever happens.
So you said 5. I always forget about your Bear days. I completely forget about that. That is crazy. Chicago Bears. My boy Nagy. Before I went back to Buffalo the second time, Alicia wanted to go to Chicago so bad she couldn't stand it. I thought she was going to divorce me when I told her we were going back to Buffalo. But obviously, we ended up having the time of our lives up there, and Josh and Dawson, and just all. Once again, you in the moment you don't realize what God has laid out for you, and you get there, and it's lifelong friendships and fun. And the only time I ever got to be on a real Super Bowl contender in my career, with the exception of when Derek got hurt the one year in Oakland, but it was a lot of fun. So all-time leading kickoff return for touchdown leader, my man. Give him a gold jacket now. Don't wait the 5 years. There ain't no need doing all that shit stuff. Sorry, excuse my language. HutHut. So, how did it feel, man? For real, because you know back there, like you need one more, and when you get it, what's the feeling? I know. Hey, listen. Tell Arthur not to watch this. We ain't doing that team stuff. We're gonna get individual here for a minute. How does it truly feel, man, when you set a record, like a true record in pro football with all the dudes that came before you, it's crazy, man. Like there's not many dudes get to be in the record book. So what was the feeling when that happened?
Honestly, it was awesome, man. Not just for me, just really for the other 10 guys that's out there blocking for me, and I couldn't do it without those guys, man. And I couldn't even really speak, after it happened. It was crazy because I've been thinking about it the whole offseason, like really just need one more, to break the record. And nothing against the guys that's on that list with me and the great guys that's on that list, man. I don't put myself above any of those guys. I think they way better than me, and they did it in the time, and when kickoff wasn't really, kick return when it was hard back then. So I feel like they try to make it a little easier for us, now. But with all these rules changing, stuff starting to change. But honestly, man, it just feels great. Not just for me, like I said, just for those other 10 guys that was out there blocking for me.
And that's, I remember big moments of my career. I don't remember any of my touchdowns or my blocks or anything like that, but I remember, it's so cool that you say that. I remember, Marshawn putting the game away, or you doing something crazy, or Josh, doing something crazy. Like, it's cool because those 10 dudes forever get to say they were on the field when a record got broken by their dog. So that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Well, first round, Minnesota to Oakland. New England after Oakland or Chicago? New England.
New England.
New England to Bill Belichick, baby. You loved Bill, huh?
I loved Bill.
Man, he tried to steal my soul and my joy in life. 30 days with Bill Belichick is like being in a toxic relationship that you just can't get out of. As a rookie, bro, it was it's crazy. I'll tell you this. So I've honestly thought about texting Bill a couple times. I've never texted Bill Belichick in my life. I don't have the damn number. I'd have to ask you for it. But I've thought about texting him because as a player, I hated when we would win games and you'd go in and Bill would just be crushing guys, right? And I didn't even make it to the regular season. It was just preseason. And obviously he's trying to figure out what rookies are tough and can handle his culture and all those things. So training camp for a rookie and Bill Belichick is another situation. But, you've heard the stories. They come back from the Super Bowl parade and he's already on their butt about how they're behind and they got to get going on stuff. So, but now on the other side as a coach, and I'm not a full-time coach, I just kind of help out. But now that I'm not actually playing and I'm not leaving the game, in miserable pain and just want to enjoy the win, like you start truly looking at all the little processes of like, man, this might get us next time, or man, if we truly want to win a championship, we can't do that again. And it's crazy how much my mind has shifted watching my sons play and kind of volunteering at some of the local high schools here of little things. And it's like, holy moly, I'm freaking Bill Belichick. I can't even enjoy a win anymore. And it makes me appreciate him, even though like in those moments, I'm like, my gosh, if this guy got kidnapped, I would be so happy. But in the now that I'm on the other side, I'm like, no wonder he won so much, man, because he refused to let anything go unnoticed or unfixed, regardless of wins and losses. And I won't be as brutal, and I'm sure he's adapted a little bit. He's getting all these NIL rookies now. He's got to learn how to play the game a little bit, But man, what a dude! What a dude playing for him, man! Unbelievable.
Awesome guy, man. I miss that guy. he's a funny guy. He's a funny guy.
And you know what to expect. And I tell people all the time, they're like, what is the greatest coach you ever had? Or I'm like, listen, man, all my coaches were different, but the ones that were consistent and you knew what to expect, it didn't matter if they were Bill Belichick and they were on your butt 24/7, 365, or if it was a player's coach like my man McDaniels down in Miami or Sean McVay, some of these younger guys. It's like, just be the same dude every day so the players know what to expect. And then the veterans lead the team. It's a player-led league. It ain't coaches leading. Like, but the coach has to be consistent or those veteran dogs will chew him up and spit him out. That's why these college guys, they show up, they get their ass ran out quick. Like, oh, that NFL jump sounds good, but there's no 18-year-old kids you can boss around anymore, big dog. Get your butt back down there and start recruiting again. Leave these grown men alone. But man, what a dude. Like I said, he made my life miserable, and I'm thankful for him because everything after that was like, oh, man, I've been through Bill Belichick rookie training camp. Nothing can break me now. Let me see that Atlanta Falcon practice facility out there, man. So give everybody a little look at
pro. Hey, we got fog and stuff right now, so people don't be looking in on them.
Oh, that's a change.
Yeah, they changed it up since you left, big dog.
See, when I had my vet days, all the guys noticed me in the hot tub when they were going to practice, so it kind of embarrassed me. Now I can hide in there. I might have taken a couple more days off.
Oh yeah, they changed it, man.
Arthur's getting it right, man. Getting it his way.
Arthur's a great guy, man. Love to do it.
Yeah, he's it's funny because people truly don't know how to take him, and that's what's the best.
I said Arthur's very different. Man.
He like if people understood just how much he was actually really messing with them, it would be the
Right.
best.
You know,
That's
since,
that's that's my dog. My whole career when he was in Tennessee, it was like we always tried to get together. So I will be forever grateful that I got to end my career with him. I'm excited to see him this weekend. I wish y'all would have thumped Tennessee. I'm sure he'd be more fun to be around. But who y'all play this week? I'm coming. I don't even know.
Minnesota.
Ooh, yeah.
Your boy Harry come to town.
Harry, man, my dog. He just keeps going. He's like the Energizer Bunny, man.
Wow, bro.
He's got his white boy braids or his little, I don't even know what that hairdo he's got going on. But so there's a little country club called Cherokee Country Club here in town. And it's where the people that got the deepest pockets hang out. Let's just put it that way.
Right.
Man, Harrison walks up in there with his hair braided and let's just put it, his member number might be a little different than everyone else's based off of his football number. And he won't change for anybody, bro. That's why I love him, because he's going to be Harry, whether it's in an NFL locker room or Cherokee Country Club or sitting at the ball field. Obviously he's got little kiddos now, so he's a little ways away from the ball field. But man, because he was a year younger than me in town growing up, and then obviously went to Notre Dame instead of Tennessee, and I went off and did my thing. But that's my dog. Well, yeah, you gotta. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and tell a funny story on here that I've never told to anybody else. So we're in Oakland, and he knocks Amari out. Were you there when that happened? I can't remember what season it was.
I don't think so.
Well, Amari runs a slant, and Harry puts him to sleep. And I run over to Harrison. And I put my arm around his neck, and I mean Amari's. Let's just put it this way: his eyeballs ain't where they're supposed to be, right? I look down at him. I'm like, oh God. So, and I love Coop. That's my dude, right? So I go grab Harrison, and I'm like, man, like, come on, bro. And how's your family? Give Maddie my love. See you in the off season. And the next day in film, because I was a little bit of the the bouncer and the bully and the guy on the team, and everybody's like, bro, what'd you say to him? I told him to whip him, bro. I told him I was gonna get after that ass. He hit my teammate like that again. All the guys were like, what'd you say to him? I just made up a bunch of stuff. Man, I told him I was gonna come get him for doing that to Coop, when really I was asking about the family. So anyways, my people don't realize Harrison's dad's a plastic surgeon here in town. So, and I won't get weird. This is a family show, but he's an artist, and Alicia Smith is thankful. All right, so it's
It's crazy.
Oh man, he's the best. If you need a little work out there, ladies, Dr. Smith, go see him. But little mommy makeover, baby. What's up, man? How you guys doing? What are you doing? We doing it? Oh, you laughing? Some things will never change, CP. We doing a Rock Hill Triple F or what?
Need one, bro. You let me know, man.
You gonna play till the wheels fall off?
Oh yeah. So they start paying me.
Yep. I don't blame you.
Oh yeah.
I won't mention the person's name, but we were with some people the other day, and their wife told Alicia, like, hey, he's mentioning retiring. And Alicia's like, you're 3 or 4 years away from it if he's start mentioning it. These dudes they'll retire for 3 years before they'll finally shut it down.
Exactly.
Rodney Hudson was retiring from his 4th year on. My man Hud. Never saw him in a good mood, but man, he could play ball.
Good dude, man.
So what else is going on in your world, man? Talk to me. How the kids?
Everybody good, bro. I mean, just honestly, just living life day by day. You know how the season go, man. It's 24 hours, damn near basically. So
yeah, that young kid can play, huh?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
that's your little bro. You like him?
Oh yeah, I love him, man. He's
Good.
special, bro. He's real special.
The minute they drafted him, I was thankful. I used just like when they drafted Kyle. Like I loved that he was going to be with you. Uh, too many vets in that league don't want to big brother those dudes, and I knew that the minute he was with you, he was going to be all right. So that fired me up, man, because he's special, huh?
Nah, he's above that.
Yeah, he came out the womb with a football in his hand.
Most definitely.
Yeah, I tell people all the time, man. Like, there's 50 dudes on the team out of the 53 that are all close, and then there's 3 dudes that there ain't nothing anybody else can do to ever be as good as them.
Right.
And those dudes make all the money, and they get the ball the most. And it's just crazy how gifted some of these dudes are, man. It's bananas. And watching him play, he's fun to watch. All right, so I guess Arthur's finally in a position where he's not announcing who the quarterback is.
I seen something. They say they're gonna do it Wednesday. We'll see.
Yeah.
No, they don't tell us nothing either.
Yeah. It's hard. I was telling somebody the other day, I said, all right, next time that the coaches poll comes out, top 10 coaches in the NFL, won't you do a little comparison to what dang quarterbacks they get to coach?
Right.
Like it drives me nuts to not drives me nuts, because some great coaches that, Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, that's a match made in heaven. Bill and Tom, all those years, match made in heaven. Don't get me wrong, but man, it sure is nice to not to say that Ritter or Heineke or those guys aren't those dudes. That's not what I'm saying. I don't need any hate mail from the Falcons fans or Ritter and Heineke's family. I'm just saying in general, like, dudes that are making $40 million a year to throw the football, it's amazing how good their coaches are. So hopefully my man will continue to develop and grow. I mean, when I got back to Buffalo, bro, they were booing Josh Allen off the field. What a bust, 7th pick in the draft. He's never thrown for 300 yards. I heard it all. And now, they'd give up their firstborn children for him. So
Oh, man.
Bro, I can't hear nothing you're saying. You got your phone in your shorts again.
Hey, bro, you crazy, bro. Seriously.
I love you. I can't wait to see you. Sorry you were banged up, man, but you ain't getting no younger. So glad you're balling. Glad that you're with the young pup. Glad it wasn't recording earlier when Kyle jumped on here. I'll call him here in a minute. But how's my man Ari?
Good, bro. I think he's in there right now. I just see Jamal. I don't even see Ari yet.
And I mooch off Ari a lot. I don't want to get him in trouble with anybody. So Ari's my guy. Ari's always there for me. He's my dude. But all right, man. Well, I will see you here in a couple days. And you still tacos and tequila in it after the game?
Hey, man, we can go wherever, man. I'm on your schedule. You come.
I'm on a fixed income now, buddy. No more NFL game checks. We might have to hit up like Applebee's or something. We'll figure it out.
I love Applebee's. That's fine with me.
No question. I'll bring you a bottle of something good from the bar at home since I stopped drinking. It don't get drank as fast as it used to when I was a drinker. I finally realized I was the one doing all the drinking around the house. I used to blame it on my friends. Now all the booze, it doesn't go anywhere. So I'm like, man, maybe it was me. But yeah, man. So I'm looking forward to seeing you, bro. I love you. Thanks for doing this. Obviously, helps my business, and people around here love Tennessee players. They love you.
All right, bro, man. I appreciate you having me on, bro.
All right, buddy. Thanks for taking the time. I know you're busy.
Anytime. Anything for you, my boy. You know
yeah, let you dog. Woo! Hut.
All right, boss.